Hey, Be Joyful Church. It's good to be with you as always. We are now in chapter 5 of First Peter, the last chapter. And Peter has a few words for the leaders of the church. He's going to speak to the elders. And he calls them both elders, as in like elderly, and he also calls them shepherds. He's affirming the model of leadership and government that the Bible has established for the church. And in order to sort of raise up the importance of what he's saying to these elders, he wants to be taken seriously. So he invokes his personal relationship with Jesus, that he walked with Jesus. And of course, this is Peter. This is the rock. This is the guy who spoke his mind, even when it was way off base. He's the one that we read so much in the Gospels about. Here he is. And he's saying in 1 Peter 5, 1 and 2, "So I exhort the elders among you," the older people, the leadership group among you, "as a fellow elder and a witness of the sufferings of Christ, as well as a partaker in the glory that is going to be revealed. Shepherd the flock of God that is among you." I think it is really cool that Peter, though he defines himself as someone who walked with Jesus, calls himself a fellow partaker in what Jesus is doing. He's not saying, hey, I'm Peter, I'm more than you. He's saying, I'm Peter and I know Jesus. I know him personally. And even though you haven't met him in the flesh, I'm a fellow partaker with you in what he is doing. See, that reveals a very, very important aspect of eldership, of leadership, of someone who takes on the role of the shepherd or a shepherd in the church. And that is humility. It is essential that elders have a heart of humility and service. He says, the older ones among you must shepherd the church. Shepherding, we often think of like when we picture it, if we don't know much about it, and admittedly, I don't know much about shepherding, but in the church, it's not so much a passive thing. It's much more active. It's much harder than it appears. It requires a significant and serious commitment. There's nurturing, leading, planning, protecting. There's so much to do, and it takes a lot of time. Elders are also a part of the flock. They step into a role of responsibility of shepherding, but they still have the same needs as a flock does, as normal Christians do. They're just normal Christians who've taken responsibility and humility to lead. And so they have ups and downs and highs and lows. I want to encourage you, wherever you are, whatever church you go to, maybe you had the opportunity to reach out and thank an elder. There's more written in the OBJC founding documents about eldership than any other role by far in the church. Eldership is a really serious and important thing. And Peter's going to have a few more things to say. We'll talk about it in the next living room session. But have you encouraged one of your elders if you said thank you for what they're doing and not getting paid for? Think about it and reach out. All right, see ya.